Stop comparing your life the moment you wake up. Morning Mindset Psychology explained opening. The quiet moment that changes everything, the moment you wake up. Before your feet touch the floor, your mind is already working. Not planning your day, not thinking clearly, but comparing. Someone else is further ahead. Someone else is happier. Someone else seems to have figured life out. And most of the time, you don't even realize it's happening. This comparison doesn't come from logic. It doesn't come from evidence. It comes from habit, a deeply wired mental reflex that activates the second consciousness returns. What's dangerous isn't comparison itself. It's when it happens, because the first minutes of your morning quietly shape your emotional baseline for the entire day. And when comparison is the first voice you listen to, everything else follows its lead. Today, we're going to unpack the psychology behind why comparison shows up the moment you wake up, and how a small mental shift in the morning can radically change the way you experience your life. Not by forcing positivity, not by pretending you're ahead, but by reclaiming your internal starting point. One, why the brain is most vulnerable right after waking up. When you wake up, your brain is not fully online yet. Neuroscience shows that the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for reasoning, perspective, and emotional regulation, is still warming up. Meanwhile, the emotional and habitual parts of the brain are already active. This creates a critical window. In this window, your mind defaults to what it knows best: patterns, memories, and emotional shortcuts. And comparison is one of the strongest shortcuts your brain has. Why? Because comparison once helped humans survive. It answered questions like, am I safe? Am I behind? Do I belong? But in modern life, comparison no longer checks for survival, it checks for status. And when you wake up, before context or gratitude or logic steps in, your brain scans imagined timelines. I should be further by now. People my age are doing better. I'm late to life. This isn't truth. It's unfinished neural activity continuing from yesterday. If the first thought of your day is comparison, your nervous system enters a subtle stress response, even if nothing bad has happened yet. And once that tone is set, your mind spends the rest of the day looking for proof that it's right too. Comparison steals. You're present before the day begins here. The part most people miss. Comparison doesn't just make you feel bad. It disconnects you from the present moment. The instant you compare, your attention leaves your life and enters an imagined version of someone else's. And you can't live well in a life you're not present for in the morning. This is especially damaging because your sense of identity is still soft. You haven't re-anchored into who you are today yet, so when you wake up and think, others are ahead of me, what you're really saying is, I'm starting today from a place of lack. That belief quietly influences everything. How you talk to yourself, how confident you feel, how much effort you give, what risks you avoid. You are not tired because you slept poorly. You're tired because you woke up already measuring yourself. And the tragedy is this: comparison convinces you that your current chapter should look like someone else's highlight reel. No context, no background, no full story, just pressure. 3. The morning shift. From comparison to orientation, the solution isn't to stop comparison completely. It's unrealistic. The solution is to delay it. You don't need to wake up inspired. You need to wake up oriented. Orientation means reminding your nervous system where you are here. Now, in your own life, instead of asking, how am I doing compared to others? Ask a quieter question. What do I need this morning to feel steady? This single shift moves your brain out of threat mode and into self-regulation, psychologically. This works because your brain responds to direction, not perfection. You're telling it, we're not evaluating yet, we're arriving. Simple practice. Before touching your phone, before checking messages, before remembering yesterday's disappointments, take one slow breath and say internally, this is my starting point today. Not good, not bad, it's just real. That sentence interrupts comparison because it grounds you in ownership, and ownership is the opposite of comparison. 4. Rewriting the inner narrative. That starts your day. Most people think their self-talk is random. It's not your morning thoughts or rehearsed lines. It's repeated so often they feel automatic. If the first story you tell yourself every morning is, "I'm behind," your mind will spend the day collecting evidence to support it. But here's the truth psychology teaches us. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your self-narrative. So instead of trying to hype yourself up, try something more honest and more powerful. Replace comparison with context. Context sounds like this. My path is unfolding at a different pace. I don't need to prove anything this morning. Progress doesn't announce itself daily. These statements don't deny reality. They soften it. And a softened mind learns faster, moves better, and endures longer. When you stop starting your day with comparison, something unexpected happens. Your energy stops leaking. You become less reactive, less rushed, more present, and presence is where clarity lives. 5. Why letting go of morning comparison changes your entire life. This isn't just about mornings. This is about momentum. The way you begin your day is the first domino, and comparison is a heavy hand that knocks everything down too early. When you stop comparing in the morning, your goals become personal again. Your progress feels meaningful. Your confidence becomes quieter and stronger. Stop living on borrowed timelines, and slowly, without forcing it, you begin to trust your own pace. That trust is rare and powerful, because a person who trusts their pace doesn't panic when others move faster. They don't freeze when things slow down. They stay with themselves, and that's where real growth happens. Closing a gentle invitation tomorrow morning. Nothing dramatic needs to change. You don't need a perfect routine. You don't need motivation. You don't need answers. Just notice the first comparison when it appears. And instead of following it, pause. Return to your breath. Turn to your body. Turn to your own starting line. If this message resonated with you, you're not alone. This channel, Awaken Mindset, is a space for slowing down the mind, understanding yourself more deeply, and learning how small internal shifts create lasting external change. If you'd like to continue this journey, explore the other videos on the channel, subscribe for more reflections like this. Feel free to share in the comments. What thought usually greets you when you wake up? Awareness is always the first step.